Hello everyone. In this lecture under title oxidation, we have to discuss the diol forming reagents. Diol forming reagent means the reagents which forms two OH groups across carbon-carbon double bond. Potassium permanganate, osmium tetroxide, iodine in lead tetraacetate, the iodine in sodium salt of acetic acid in a dry condition, that is Prevost reagent, then iodine with sodium silver salt of acetic acid in wet condition, that is in water media, that is Woodward reagent. These are the four reagents that we have to discuss in this lecture. Let's start with the potassium permanganate, that is KMnO4. KMnO4 is a cis diol forming reagent. Means the two OH group across carbon-carbon double bond are at same side, that is called as a cis diol formation. See, this is the example. This is 2-butene, 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are there, at second position double bond is there, so it is 2-butene. Its configuration is Z. You know the nomenclature, EZ nomenclature of alkenes. E stands for entazogen and Z stands for zoosamin. If the two similar groups are present on the same side across carbon-carbon double bond, that is called as a cis. And if two similar groups are at opposite position with respect to carbon-carbon double bond, that alkene is called as a E. E stands for entazogen. So, as here the 2-methyl group, that is 2 CH3 groups are present on the same side of carbon-carbon double bond, it is Z, or we can say it is a cis. When we treat it with alkaline potassium permanganate in cold condition, see the condition here, alkaline solution of potassium permanganate, alkaline solution. In that case, diol formation takes place, means both two OH groups are added across carbon-carbon double bond, and see the position, they are on the same side, that is we get cis diol. Okay. Now see the mechanism, that how the cis addition, how the syn addition takes place across carbon-carbon double bond in case of potassium permanganate. See here, this is cyclohexene, that is carbon-carbon double bond containing compound, that is alkene. It is KMnO4, 3 oxygen by double bond and 1 oxygen with single bond. Means manganese, the oxidation state of manganese is +7 here. Here see, the mechanism is interesting. Pi bond is open here, and this bonded electrons are utilized here in the formation of carbon-oxygen bond. At the same time, these pi bonded electrons are open up here, and this new bond between oxygen and carbon is formed, and these pi bonded electrons are shifted here. That is a concerted type of mechanism where the formation of these two bonds between carbon and oxygen, and the breaking of these three bonds, this bond, and this bond takes place simultaneously to form this cyclic manganate ester. It is a cyclic type of ester having manganese atom, so it is called as a cyclic manganate ester. On treatment with alkaline medium, alkaline sodium hydroxide, here bond cleavage takes place, Mn oxygen bond, this manganese oxygen bond cleavage takes place, and we get diol. Now here the two OH groups are on the same side, that's why it is called as a cis diol. Okay. See some example of the diol formation where the stereochemistry is also involved. See, this is a E entazogen 2-butene, means 2 methyl groups are at anti-position with respect to each other across carbon-carbon double bond. And it is Z2-butene, these are the geometrical isomers of each other, you know. Here the 2 methyl groups are on the same side, here 2 methyl groups are opposite across carbon-carbon double bond. In alkaline KMnO4, in cold condition, here diol formation takes place. Here we get the enantiomers. It is a pair of enantiomer is obtained, while here we get only one product, where the two OH groups across carbon-carbon double bond are added from same side and we get the cis diol. This cis diol is a meso compound. If you see its stereochemistry, it is a meso. Meso means one half rotates in clockwise. See, this is asymmetric carbon. This is also asymmetric carbon. Two asymmetric carbon atoms are there. Due to one asymmetric carbon atom, the plane polarized light rotates in clockwise direction, and due to another asymmetric carbon atom, the PPL, that is plane polarized light, rotates in anticlockwise direction. So the net result is 0 because the optical activity due to the one half is exactly cancelled by the other half, and that's why the net result is that the compound is optically inactive. This is a meso compound, it is a cis diol. Okay, so Z2-butene, that is cis form, gives cis diol, that is meso compound, while E form of the same compound gives two products, stereochemically two products which are enantiomers of each other. Now see, it is interesting here. This is a cis-2-butene or Z2-butene. On reaction with alkaline KMnO4, first diol formation takes place. Now if you use excess of potassium permanganate, you know that the potassium permanganate is oxidizing agent. So here OH group is oxidized to ketone. One OH is as it is, another OH group is oxidized to ketone. If you treat this with further with potassium permanganate, then another OH group is also oxidized to ketone. In this way, we get this 1,2-diketone or vicinal diketone. So butene first converted to 1,2-diol, vicinal diol, then one OH group is oxidized to ketone, here another OH group is oxidized to ketone, and we get 1,2-diketone. This happens in presence of excess of potassium permanganate. Okay, see this example again. It is a oleic acid, long chain carbon-carbon double bond containing compound, where it is a cis form. We can say because both the hydrogen atoms are on the same side. Better to say it is a Z form, Zusammen. On treatment with potassium permanganate, diol formation takes place and we get this cis diol. Okay, you have to remember just that across carbon-carbon double bond there is a formation of, there is a introduction of two OH groups, that's all. Okay, then what we talk that about is the potassium permanganate reaction with carbon-carbon double bond in alkaline medium. Now what happens in neutral media, that is also interesting to see. In neutral media, see, this is the oleic acid, same compound. Here neutral potassium permanganate solution is used. So first OH-OH addition takes place across carbon-carbon double bond, then out of two OH group, one OH group is oxidized to ketone and we get this alpha hydroxyketone in that case. Now see the acidic condition. In alkaline medium, OH-OH addition, in neutral, one carbon after formation of two OH groups across carbon-carbon double bond, that is diol formation, one OH group is oxidized to ketone. In acidic condition, oxidative cleavage takes place. What do you mean by oxidative cleavage? Oxidative cleavage means oxidation as well as cleavage of carbon-carbon bond. So first oxidation across carbon-carbon double bond will take place, and then this carbon-carbon bond will break or cleavage takes place. That is interesting. So see, as a result, what happens finally, this carbon-carbon bond cleavage takes place, and this carbon of the carbon-carbon double bond will oxidize to COOH. Similarly, this carbon of the carbon-carbon double bond will oxidize to COOH. Means both the carbon-carbon double bonded carbon atoms after cleavage get oxidized to COOH. So what we get here? CH3, CH2, CH2, COOH, and here also CH3, CH2, CH3. Okay, it means the monosubstituted carbon of the carbon-carbon double bond will oxidize to COOH, and the disubstituted carbon of the carbon-carbon double bond is oxidized to ketone. here the bond cleavage takes place and we get here acetone, and another product is CH3COOH. Because this carbon is monosubstituted, so it converts to acid, and this carbon is disubstituted, so it converts to ketone. See here, this carbon is disubstituted, so after cleavage it oxidized to ketone, that is acetone, and this carbon is oxidized to carbon dioxide because it is attached to two hydrogen atom, no substituent is there. If no substituent is attached to the carbon of the carbon-carbon double bond, then after oxidative cleavage carbon dioxide is formed. If two substituents are attached, then ketone is formed. If one substituent is attached, then acid is formed. If this carbon is attached to one substituent, so acid is formed. Okay, so this is oxidative cleavage in acidic medium. Okay, see here, this is again acidic condition. This carbon of the carbon-carbon double bond is monosubstituted. So after oxidation, it will oxidize to COOH. So CH3COOH. This carbon of the carbon-carbon double bond is also monosubstituted. So it is also on oxidation gives CH3COOH. So two molecules of acetic acid are formed. Now see the mechanism of oxidative cleavage in acidic condition. By taking the example of Z, that is susamine isomer of 2-butene. This is KMnO4. Manganese is in +7 oxidation state. It is attached to 3 oxygen by double bond and 1 oxygen by single bond, and it is a K positive ion. As I told you in the previous step, same will happen here. This pi bonded electrons will open here, so carbon oxygen bond will form. This pi bonded electrons will shift here. This new bond is formed between oxygen and carbon, and these pi bonded electrons are open here. So we get magnet ester. This is a magnet ester. Now in acidic condition, what happens? This ring opening takes place in different way, where this bonded pair of electron, this carbon-carbon bond cleavage takes place. These are shifted here, this is shifted here, and this gets shifted here. And in this way, carbon-carbon bond cleavage takes place, and we get CH3C double bond OH, that is acetaldehyde. This is CH3C double bond OH, that is acetaldehyde. So two molecules of acetaldehyde are obtained in acidic condition, which further on oxidation, these aldehyde molecules are converted into acid. That's why after overall the net product is like this, where the carbon-carbon bond cleavage takes place, and this carbon of the carbon-carbon double bond will oxidize to COOH finally. This is the mechanism in acidic condition. Okay. These are some example of potassium permanganate in alkaline media. As you know, in alkaline media there is a diol formation, cis diol formation. Now this is a norborine, and in potassium permanganate two OH groups are added. Now how to add the two OH groups at cis position in case of bicyclic ring? Remember, in bicyclic ring, if one OH group at 1,2 position, I am talking about the 1,2 position or adjacent position or vicinal position, if one OH group is at equatorial position and other OH group is at axial position, that is AE transformation, one is axial, other is equatorial, then that is the cis form. So this is axial, this is equatorial, it is a cis. Or you can write in different way, you can write here OH axial and here OH equatorial, one and same thing. But see, same compound on treatment with potassium permanganate in acidic condition, then what happens? Or neutral potassium permanganate, then bond cleavage takes place, carbon-carbon bond cleavage takes place. This carbon is oxidized to aldehyde, and this carbon is also oxidized to aldehyde, and that aldehyde on further oxidation will oxidize to corresponding carboxylic acid. Now it is interesting that what happens with alkaline KMnO4 here in this case, because two carbon-carbon double bonds are there, one carbon-carbon double bond is substituted with T2 ester group and other carbon-carbon double bond is free, and there is no substitution. So remember, in such cases the diol formation takes place from less substituted side. Two OH groups will added across this carbon-carbon double bond and we get this diol. It is interesting. See this one example, it is again simple, carbon-carbon double bond is there and two OH groups are added. So these two dark lines indicate that it is a cis diol means both the OH groups are added across carbon-carbon double bond from same site. So we get cis diol here. See, this is a cyclooctene. 8 carbon atoms are there, so it is cyclooctane. 1 pi bond is there, so it is cyclooctene. In alkaline medium, potassium permanganate, as usual, here will be the formation of cis diol. 2 OH groups will be added across carbon-carbon double bond from same side. Now here the addition, here the treatment of potassium permanganate in acetone means neutral medium. So oxidative cleavage will take place, carbon-carbon bond cleavage. Secondary, having the two substituent, carbon having two substituent will oxidize to ketone, and carbon which have the single one substituent will oxidize to COOH. So see, this carbon is attached to one carbon only, so it will oxidize to COOH. This carbon which is attached to two carbon atom is oxidized to ketone. Here again same, both the carbon of carbon-carbon double bond are mono-substituted, because this carbon is attached to CH2, this carbon is also attached to CH2. So simply here oxidative cleavage takes place, carbon-carbon double bond cleavage. This will oxidize to COOH, this will oxidize to COOH, and we get this dicarboxylic acid in this case. See, this is the example of carbon-carbon triple bond. What will happen here in acidic condition, in neutral condition with potassium permanganate? There will be the addition, there will be the formation of diketone. 1 pi bond, here C double bond O, C double bond O, diketone, 1,2-diketone will form. These are the example which we have discussed are the diol forming reagent, means across carbon-carbon double bond addition of 2 OH group in cis fashion. As the potassium permanganate is oxidizing agent, it also oxidizes aldehyde directly to acid. Similarly, the alkyl chain which is attached to the aromatic ring will oxidize to COOH group. For example, see here it is a toluene, that is methyl benzene, it is oxidized to benzoic acid. If instead of methyl, if there is alkyl chain, long chain alkyl chain, then in that case also that methyl group will oxidize to carboxylic acid because it is oxidizing agent. See this example, it is a benzyl oxidized to benzoic acid, means what I told you here, that whatever may be the alkyl chain or whatever may be the substituent is attached to the aromatic ring, that is benzene, it get oxidized to COOH group, and final product, ultimate product is benzoic acid in each case. This is all about the potassium permanganate, which is a powerful oxidizing agent which is generally used for the diol formation as well as many oxidative processes. Okay. Now osmium tetroxide. The function of potassium permanganate and osmium tetroxide are same. KMnO4 gives cis diol, similarly osmium tetroxide also gives the cis diol. The difference is that in KMnO4 the manganese is in +7 oxidation state, while in osmium tetroxide the oxidation state of osmium is +8. See here, this is a carbon-carbon double bond with treatment with osmium tetroxide diol formation. Which diol is it? It is a cis diol. This is also the cyclohexene carbon-carbon double bond. See, diol is formed. Which diol is it? It is a cis diol. Mechanism is again same as that of potassium permanganate. Here see the osmium, this is the central atom osmium which is in +8 oxidation state because it is attached to 4 oxygen atom by double bond, and here 2 + 2 cycloaddition takes place. See, this addition takes place 2 + 2, that is concerted step mechanism, and we get this osmate ester. In case of KMnO4 we get manganese ester, here we get osmate ester, and on hydrolysis this osmium oxygen bond cleavage as well as this osmium oxygen bond cleavage takes place and we get the diol. Which diol? Cis diol is obtained. Okay. In case of potassium permanganate, we have discussed this example. Same is here. Here 2 carbon-carbon double bonds are there. One is substituted with 2 ester group. Another is there is no substituent. So addition of 2 OH groups will take place on that unsubstituted carbon-carbon double bond. See, this is the bicyclic ring where there is a carbon-carbon double bond. So the finally product will obtain having cis stereochemistry. As I told you in the previous slide, that how to write the cis stereochemistry at 1,2 position or vicinal position or adjacent position, you have to write one group at equatorial position and other group at axial position. So axial equatorial is, that is AE, is cis. So we get this cis compound. This is very simple. Okay, what do you expect here in this case now? This one. This is allyl alcohol because this is carbon-carbon double bond. The adjacent carbon to the carbon-carbon double bond is called as allylic carbon. At the allylic carbon there is OH group, so it is allylic alcohol, and that allylic alcohol on oxidation will oxidize, get converted into 2, that is diol. Now the beauty of this reaction is that, see here, this OH group is shown by dark line, means it is toward the observer, it is at the front. So the diol formation takes place from back side. See, this dotted line indicate that the back side. What will happen? What would have been happen here if this OH group is away from the observer, means if it is shown by dotted line? In that case, you have to write these two OH group from the front side, that is with dark line. And that is the beauty of stereochemistry about the osmium tetroxide. Finally, what you have to remember, that OH group, carbon-carbon double bond, get converted to diol. That's all. This is allyl ether. This is the cyclohexyl group, this is a methyl group, and in between this there is oxygen which is sandwiched. So with osmium tetroxide diol formation takes place. Again here I want to show you that why these dotted line are written here, because this methoxy group which is present already on the ring, it is toward the observer. So in the product you have to write this 2H group from the same side but opposite to this methoxy group, because we know that it is due to the stability. See some example of osmium tetroxide. This is the fumaric acid. You know that malic acid and fumaric acid are the isomers of each other. In the malic acid, the two COH groups are cis to each other, where in fumaric acid, the two COH groups are trans to each other. And see, on treatment with osmium tetroxide, in case of cis compound, that is malic acid, we get the mesotartaric acid, where the two OH groups are added from the same side. This is the meso compound. Why it is meso? Because there are two asymmetric carbon atom, and due to this one asymmetric carbon atoms, suppose it have the R configuration, then it will the second have this S configuration. So one half rotate the plane polar light in clockwise direction, the other half rotate the PPL in anti-clockwise, and that's why the net result of the optical activity is 0, and hence this compound is optically inactive, which is called as a meso. However, in case of fumaric acid, we get the pair of enantiomer, means one compound, due to this compound, the plane polarized right rotate, if suppose in clockwise direction, and due to this it is rotate in anti-clockwise. So 50% this form and 50% this form is obtained, which are the enantiomers of each other, and the mixture of these two is called as a racemic mixture. You know that. So remember, fumaric acid, that is trans compound, gives enantiomeric pair, and cis compound, that is having the Z configuration, gives optically inactive meso compound. Now this one example, see, this is the carbon-carbon double bond. Here diol formation takes place, and these two OH groups are on the same side, that is Z, having the Z configuration. Here also you will get the pair of enantiomer. Here the two OH groups are on this side. You can write another enantiomer, and these two enantiomers are the mirror images of each other and non-superimposable, and racemic mixture is obtained if 50% of this and 50% of other enantiomer is formed there. So this is all about the diol forming reagent. We have discussed two reagents here in this lecture. One is potassium permanganate in alkaline medium, neutral medium, and basic medium, acidic medium, and osmium tetroxide. Both are cis-diol forming reagent. In the next lecture, continuing to this, we will discuss about the Woodward hydroxylation and Prevost hydroxylation. Woodward hydroxylation gives cis-diol formation and Prevost hydroxylation gives trans-diol formation. That we will discuss in the next lecture. So thank you for watching.